Hello everyone, welcome to UGC NET exam preparation. I hope everyone is doing well, and in this class we are going to study about BOD and COD. Okay, so let's begin. BOD, the full form is Biochemical Oxygen Demand. Definition. So let's see the definition. Biochemical oxygen demand is the amount of oxygen required by microorganism to decompose organic matter in water, that is under aerobic condition, over a specific period of time. Generally, we take 5 days to measure BOD in water at 20 degree centigrade temperature. It is important parameter for assessing water quality and water pollution levels in water body. Okay, so just remember BOD is nothing but BOD is an amount of oxygen required to decompose organic matter in water under aerobic condition. Okay, when biodegradable organic matter, any waste, sewage, influent which is mixed with biodegradable organic matter is released into water body, then microorganism, especially bacteria, which is present in that water body, in that surface water, they feed on that waste, on that biodegradable organic matter. Then they break them down into simpler organic and inorganic substance. After decomposition, after breaking down of organic matter or biodegradable organic matter, they convert them into simpler organic and inorganic substance. When this decomposition takes place in an aerobic environment, this that is in the presence of oxygen. So that is called biochemical oxygen demand. This is another explanation of BOD itself. You can write either this one or either this one. Okay, this process, this biodegradation process or this BOD process produce end product after breaking down, after consuming bioorganic organic matter, they produce end product that are stable, non-objectionable and objectionable, such as carbon dioxide, sulfate, orthophosphate, and nitrate. They are stable and non-objectionable. That means they are not that harmful to our environment. Okay. However, if there is a insufficient oxygen available in that water body, then there is a problem. If there is a lack of oxygen in that water body, if there is a lack of oxygen, that it turn into anaerobic decomposition, and that decomposition process, that breakdown process is performed completely by different microorganisms. So due to that process or phenomena, they produce end product, and they are very highly objectionable products. That means they are harmful to products for our environment, such as hydrogen sulfate, ammonia, methane. Methane gas, as you all know, this is one of the greenhouse gas. Okay, so this is introduction about BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. Here are the formula for BOD to measure BOD. BOD equal to BOD initial measurement, and uh, not BOD, this dissolved oxygen, DO initial, then final DO. If we calculate this, we get a final dissolved oxygen. You can say BOD at the first test, at the final test. A standard test is 5 days. Okay. What are the significance of BOD? BOD is an indicator of organic pollutions. If there is a high BOD, if you got there is a high BOD, that means the organic pollution, organic pollutants are present highly in that sample water, which can lead to oxygen depletion in water bodies. How oxygen will deplete in the water bodies? Because if there is a lots of organic matter present in water, then microorganisms they will consume lots of oxygen to break down that organic matter, that organic substance. In that process, they will consume lots of oxygen. Then oxygen which are present in that water, they will deplete very rapidly. So this is indicator of organic pollution. Then water quality assessment. Through BUD, we can classify water bodies based on pollution levels. Okay, and In the wastewater treatment also, BOD measurement is done. This helps monitor effectiveness of wastewater treatment. After wastewater treatment, we can measure BOD of the treated water, like how effectiveness of the treated water to discharge into streams or any other water body. Okay, why do we measure BOD in wastewater treatment? This is important question. This may ask in your examination also. So to assess organic pollutants, as you know, BOD indicates amount of biodegradable organic matter present in wastewater. Okay, and high BOD means high organic waste that lead to depletion of natural water bodies. To evaluate treatment efficiency, wastewater treatment plants aim to reduce BOD before releasing treated water into environment. This is one of the main aim of treatment plants. Okay, measuring BOD before and after treatment helps measuring BOD before treating the water up and after treating the water that help us to assess how effectively organic matter or organic pollutant has been removed from wastewater. Okay, then to prevent environmental damage. If untreated or partially treated wastewater with high BOD is discharged into river, lakes, or any other water body, that can cause oxygen depletion from that particular water body, which will lead to kill of fish and any other aquatic organism which are present in that water body, and then ecosystem will collapse. Okay, and regulatory agencies set up BOD limits to prevent it. Regulatory agencies in the sense of government bodies like Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Board, they set BOD limits to prevent this kind of issues, this kind of environmental damage. Okay, here are the BOD levels and water quality. If less than 1 mg per liter BOD is present in water, that water is very clean. Remember, less than 1 mg per liter. Just a second. Okay, then if BOD is 1 to 2 mg per liter, that is clean water. Please remember these numbers. This is very important for be it for your exam or be it for your interview in your upcoming job interview. The interviewer may ask these numbers. Okay, these numbers. I'll repeat this again. If BOD is less than 1 mg per liter in water, that is very clean water. If it is 1 to 2, that is clean water. If BOD exceed from above 2, that is 3 to 5, that moderately polluted. If BOD is above 5 mg per liter, that means that water is very polluted, heavily polluted. There are sewage water, industrial wastewater. Okay, so now let's solve some questions. Maximum permissible limit of BOD, that is mg, it is expressed in term of mg per liter in treated wastewater that can be discharged into gardening. This is not drinking water. Okay, this is treated wastewater that can be discharged into garden for watering. What is the permissible limit? That is 10 mg. Please remember this also. The water which, where BOD is 10 mg per liter, that water can be used in for gardening irrigation. That is permissible limit for BOD. Okay. Here I have taken this standard. I have taken this screenshot from Central Pollution Control Board. Okay, effluent research standard for treated effluent of sewage treatment plants. Okay, they should maintain the treatment wastewater treatment plants. They should maintain these parameters, these standards. Here, uh, pH is 5.5 to 9. Okay, then BOD 10. This is permissible. COD. COD is always more than BOD. Please remember this. COD is always more than BOD. That is 50. Then total suspended solid 20. Ammonia. They haven't mentioned this. Fecal all this. Okay. So we'll solve another question. This is kind of little bit mathematics. What will be BOD5? BOD5 means after 5 days. For a wastewater sample, when 21 ml of sample is diluted to 300 ml in BOD bottle to determine dissolved oxygen. Here are given DOD, that means initial DOD and the final DOD. These two are given here. Here are the options. So correct answer is C. So let's see the explanation. Answer is 71.4 mg. Solution. Uh, I have mentioned earlier to BOD formula. Okay, initial DO and final DO. We get BOD. Okay. Here also we can use the same formula. See BOD here. If you can see initial DO is 10 and final DO dissolved oxygen is 5. So we can minus 10. We can minus 10 from 5. We can minus 5 from 10. So answer is 5. However, in this question, it asks when wastewater sample for a wastewater sample, it is dilution is used in this equation. So we need to use dilution factor. Okay, if 21 ml of wastewater sample is diluted to a total of 300 ml in BOD bottle. Then BOD calculation follow the same principle, but we need to introduce dilation factor. We need to add dilation factor. How we can find a dilation factor? It is simple, just total volume by sample volume. Total volume is 300. So this is total volume in the BOD bottle and sample that is 20. We just divide 300 by 21, it comes 14.29. So the final answer will be, and final answer what we have to do to find a BOD in dilated factor, that is BOD 5. BOD 5 means we receive a BOD that is 5 into the dilution factor. If we multiply 5 into 14.29, the answer comes 71.55. Please remember this equation. Many times questions are asked in the same format. It looks like you may get confused. You may ignore this question. This is little bit this is difficult. So please don't do that. Just read the question properly at first. Then you can use simple formula. There is no difficult formula for this. A simple formula only we have to use to find the answer. Then this is all about BOD. Okay, and then comes to uh, another topic, that is COD, chemical oxygen demand. What is chemical oxygen demand? Chemical oxygen demand is almost similar to the definition is almost similar to BOD. What it says, chemical oxygen demand, that is COD, is a measure of total amount of oxygen required. Here also same, total of amount of oxygen required to oxidize both biodegradable and non-biodegradable organic matter in a water sample using a strong chemical oxidant. It is expressed same as BOD mg per liter, milligram per liter, and provide an estimate of pollution level in wastewater. Okay, in BOD we measure only biodegradable organic matter, but here in COD we can measure both, all kind of organic pollutants and inorganic pollutants in COD. So please remember that. And what are the difference between COD and BOD? This is also important for your examination. Maybe direct or indirect question may ask parameter BOD. This is COD. Okay. Definition, as I have already explained you. Method to measure BOD, it takes longer duration. Generally time required is 5 days, but in COD it only requires 2 to 3 hours to find COD in sample water. Then it includes only biodegradable organic matter. Through BOD, we can estimate only biodegradable organic matter. But in COD, we can estimate both biodegradable and non-biodegradable organic matter. Okay. Application used to assess biological treatment efficiency. This can be used for rapid assessment on pollution level. So this is the difference between COD and BOD. Significance of COD in wastewater treatment. This is faster than BOD, as already explained. Measurement of total pollution load includes both biodegradable and non-biodegradable matters. Determine treatment efficiency. COD reduction indicates effectiveness of wastewater treatment. Regulatory health industry to meet discharge limits. Okay, here are the limits standards. Discharge into inland surface water. The maximum COD limit is 250 mg per liter. Discharge into public sewer, that is 500. Discharge into land for irrigation, 100 mg. Please remember these numbers. I have mentioned this COD test process also, so it will be easy for you to understand COD more. So the sample represent take down volume of, just take 10 ml of sample water in a reflux flask. Then we add reagents, sorry, addition of reagent. We add potassium dichromate. For what purpose we add potassium dichromate? This solution is add as an oxidizing agent. Oxidizing means to break down the agents. Oxidizing. Then we add sulfuric acid with silver nitrate as a catalyst. Catalyze means to speed up the chemical reaction. Please remember the meaning of catalyze. Catalyze means to speed up the reaction process, chemical reaction. Then we add mercuric sulfate. Mercuric sulfate is added to prevent chloride interference. If in the sample water there is a chloride ion is present, that it can interfere into the reaction, which lead to incorrect result. Okay. Then reflux heating. Heat the mixture. That is all the mixture sample with the reagents. Heat the mixture at 150 degrees centigrade for around 2 hours to oxidize organic matter. After heating, through titration method or through spectrophotometric analysis, we can find COD using if using titration. Cool the solution. First, we need to cool this solution, this sorting solution, and titrate against ferrous ammonium sulfate using ferroin as an indicator. This is titration. Through titration method, we need to use ferrous ammonium sulfate using a parent as an indicator. If we use spectrophotometer, then we need to measure the absorbance at 600 nanometer. Please remember, if we measure COD using spectrophotometer, we need to use 600 nanometer and compare with it with the standard calibration curve. Okay. So here are again, I have taken some questions. Which of the following is the test to the determine amount of oxygen needed to oxygen of all pollution? That is, of course, chemical oxygen demand. Chemical oxygen demand is the measurement of the amount of oxygen required to oxidize all kind of pollutants present in water. The value of the chemical oxygen demand is much higher as compared to BOD, that is biological oxygen demand. So this is about chemical oxygen demand. So this is all about today. In the next class, we will study some other topic. So please subscribe to these channels and thank you. Bye bye. Please take care.